welcome back to Wide World of Reselling. It is a Father's Day edition. I had to get some actual fathers on the show because we all know I've got fucking no hope. So I bought I added some class to the stream tonight. We've got Brad obviously with us. That's not the class. That's just part of the
class.
We've got Bowden from Falls Creek Flips here with us for the first time on Wide World of Reselling. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Our boy Matty is back for another round. Look, we're glad to have Matty back. It's not often people actually want to come back on the show, but he agreed to it. So thanks for being here, boys. Thanks for giving up your Father's Day evening to come join Wide World of Reselling. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, mate.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
How before we get into the people in the chat and everything, how's Father's Day been for you guys? We'll start with Flip and work our way around. What have you been up to, Flip? I know you're a bit dusty today after the doggies win last night, but did you get some brekkie in bed or something from the champ this morning?
Yeah, no, it's just a typical day for me, you know. Wake up with a bit of a sore head. Doggies got up, my heart didn't stop. I was still pumping flat out when I woke up this morning, so I don't know if that was because of the game or because of the amount of alcohol that I consumed. But anyway, it was still pumping flat out. So, yeah, no, pretty crazy day, mate. Lockdown, so hung out with the young bloke. No brekkie in bed. I was up before him, but, yeah, no, good day just to hang out.
Beautiful. And Bowden, obviously first time on the channel, but how was your Father's Day this morning?
Father's Day was... Yeah, pretty good. I've got two little fellas. So I've got a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. We normally have a tradition where we wear matching clothes, the boys do, on Father's Day. But the joys of Australia Post and COVID means that none of my Father's Day presents arrived today. So as much as today was Father's Day, celebration will be next Sunday when we can all get dressed up and have a bit more fun. So it was a pretty chilled day, church in the morning, and then just chilling around the house doing some gardening and bits and pieces. So it was good.
Beautiful.
You know what you're going to do now, Bowden? You know what you got to do?
Yeah.
So the parcels haven't turned up on time. You've got to jump on eBay and abuse the absolute shit out of the seller.
It's not me, though. It's not me. It's the wife, and she's a little bit too soft in that regard. If it was me, done, easy.
I did notice the little thumbnail you sent through. Your son had a matching Falls Creek flip t-shirt.
That's awesome, man.
That was a birthday present from the wife, so...
Beautiful. He's onto the merch early days. I did hear you say church there, so I'll have to watch me P's and Q's.
No, there's no need for that.
But appreciate you coming on. It's great to have you here. Obviously, we love having new faces on the channel, learning more about them. Now, everyone that hasn't found Bowden yet, there is a link in the description below, and for Matty, and for Flipper as well. We'll give him a little bit of love here and there. Make sure you go over and give him a sub because plenty of awesome content coming out from all the boys. But Matty, how's your Father's Day been, mate? Did you get any little Father's Day gifts?
Yeah, I got a lot of chockies just to add to the old waistline, so real happy about that. No, pretty chilled out, mate. Like, yeah, not a lot, obviously, anyone can do over this way at the moment. So, yeah, just had the little fella. He gets me up early every morning that he's here. So, not as early as Flipper, but, yeah, up at about just before 7 or so. And, yeah, just a bit of a hangout today and relaxed and bit of a play around, so yeah, just acting like a bit of a big kid with a little kid, really, and yeah, had a good day. I've just got walked back through the door from dropping him off, so yeah, it was a big day, but yeah, really enjoyed it and super special to have him here with me. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, beautiful, and happy Father's Day to all the other fathers out there, and obviously all the single mums pulling the dad shift as well. So. Happy Father's Day to everyone. I hope everyone, got to call their dad, and for those that no longer have their, dad with them, obviously thinking of you, and hope that, your day was well and you can enjoy it all the same. So happy Father's Day, and we'll get on with the show. But we don't really have a plan on Wide World of Reselling. We just talk about whatever comes up. But being Father's Day, I kind of wanted to hear a little bit about you about each of you and how you sort of work around having kids and reselling. So I know Flipper takes sort of Tuesdays off with Eli, well, part of Tuesdays. So maybe, Brad, you can talk a little bit about it, and then we'll work our way around again and pick up some of the chat as well, because we've got a bunch of people. And I'll just say a quick hello before we do that, because otherwise it's kind of like we're just talking to ourselves, right? We've got Scotty in the house, Thrifty Pixie. We've got Megan. I'll let Brad give this one a whirl, because we do love this guy.
Aussie Tip Rat. Good to see you, Coggo.
There we go. We just have to make sure Brad's staying awake tonight. He is looking a bit staying in your own lane. What's up, Daniel? Good to see you. We've got Disney Thrift of Oz. The octopus is in the house. 8-legged friend of the channel, always here. Uncle Wayno, Thrifting Oz Style. I won't make any of you guys say any of these names, because it's a tongue tie. We've got Adam as an American in Australia. All right. I'll find one for you. There you go. There we go.
Up to the thrift.
There we go. We've got natural. We've got CLFL and Chris in the house. If you want one, Bo, I'll give you one here. Here you go. Nice easy one for
you. A good Get one. Down with the Rack Raiders.
Oh, there we go. Whoa. I think he's just taken over. I think we're going to need to get voiceovers from Bowden here, I reckon. And we've got Jazz in the house, looking after us like always. Raucous Reg, heaps of people really. They're all here. Aussie Hustler. Antoinette, Mossy, good to see you, mate. Been a little while. Good to see you back around. And Recommerce Dave, Oz Riley.
Loving the beards there, yeah.
Heaps around. Drew and Sarah in the house as well. Happy Father's Day to all the papas. All right, Brad, back into the dad chat. So reselling with a kid. Obviously, you've got a lovely wife helping you out as well. But how do you sort of Tuesdays are the day that you sort of spend with Eli? So what's the sort of schedule for you, and how do you work around it all?
Yeah, before I get into that, I just want to touch on Rack Raiders are getting stuck into me about me clock.
Where is it?
Further up, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Look, I'd give you a comeback, but that'd be a waste of me time. Sorry. It's Father's Day. I got to drop a dad joke. It's Father's Day.
I didn't think you were that with us, to be honest.
Yeah, so Tuesdays basically is kind of the day, I get with Eli. We get to hang out, and it's been the best thing for me. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm full-time now. Was made redundant. So for me, this whole full-time journey isn't just about building and scaling a massive business. It's about having, some lifestyle and enjoying life and enjoying what I do. And that's been a huge thing for me, is seeing him more, because coming from a job where I worked 12-hour night shifts, I missed a lot of stuff. So now it's the day of the week that I look forward to. It's, me day off kind of thing. We just get to hang out. Now, at the moment, it's a little bit tricky being in lockdown, but, we're stuck at home all the time. We like to get out. So, I'm going to the trampoline joints with him and wildlife parks and all that sort of stuff when we're not in lockdown. So that means if I'm using that whole day with him, it means I've got to try and, I'm trying to do as many hours as I can through the week. So, I've had to come up with a few different systems. I've trialed a few, and, now I've kind of got into a pretty good pattern for the start of the day. So I'm an early up-getter. I'll sort of start my day at around 5 a.m. I really do like the early starts, but that works well for me because I've got to get him ready for daycare, do the drop-off, because my wife works full-time as well, so it makes more sense for me to be doing all that now because she leaves the house to go to work. So I'll get up at 5 and start doing my parcels and that, and because I'm pushing a lot of volume now, it's just good that I can get that out of the way. So I'll get all that done, get him ready, and then after that, do my drop-off, and then I've got the day then if I want to go op shopping when we can, or if I need to be listing and all that sort of stuff. So now I've got flexibility is kind of key for me. I can, if I want to be working at night, I can work at night. I can just work whenever the hell I want. Like I got up again this morning pretty early before he got up, punched out a few listings, then I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. So that's, as I said, flexibility is key for me. I am full-time, so I do have that bonus. I know a lot of guys, these other boys are doing it part-time as well as kids, and it's a tough gig because I've been there. But, yeah, it's just that's sort of how I'm rolling now. So I try and get as much done as I can before he's up. And if I haven't hit my goals, my daily goals, by the time he goes to bed, back to work, son. You got more work to do.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, tough. And Bowden, what's your sort of schedule like? Obviously, 2 kids. You're still working a job as well. Yeah, you still got. So this is a side hustle for you.
Yeah, big time. So I work full time in sales and installation of a security camera business. As full time is at the moment in lockdown. So it's a pretty relaxed system. My boss is pretty good. I've known him for 2 decades, sort of thing. And yeah, so most of my stuff is a bit like what Brad said, in that I can sort of do it at night or early, especially with 2 young'uns. That's pretty flexible. At the moment, my wife is on maternity leave, so she's around a lot with the littlest one, because he doesn't normally go to bed until about 11 o'clock. So that gives me heaps of time to be out here over night time. Normally only 3 to 4 nights a week, because I still don't want to be taking every night out here. And when I mean out here, I have a separate building that I essentially work in that's separate from the house, which is pretty nice. We've got a couple acres here where I am, and the house came with this studio on it that's not approved. And as you can see up above me here, the sheets aren't really well done, the way that they're bending and everything, but that's okay. It's holding up at the moment. That's all that matters.
It's all legit. It hasn't fallen down yet. It's all fine.
And so this is definitely like the part-time thing. And I mean, for me, I'm going to have a video coming out tonight. Hopefully, once I've done this, I've got to finish editing it. But I talk a little bit about my background. But I come from a background of where I've been in corporate management, and I wanted to have my own business. And I was going down the path of actually starting a restaurant just before COVID hit. Mate of mine, we're going to go into it. He's a barista, and I've worked with him as a barista, and he was starting to roast his own coffees. And so we were going to start a cafe together where he did the coffees and I did burgers, alcohol, etc. And we made it a big sports bar restaurant kind of thing. And then I had a sale of a house that slowed down, and I went no. And so that was pretty lucky personally that I didn't start a hospitality business just before COVID. So I'm now doing this as something that I kind of stumbled upon in looking at random videos all over YouTube just during lockdown and going, what is there, and came across reselling again. I would say I used to do it back just out of high school and kind of forgot about it a bit. But same as Brad, it's the flexibility that I absolutely love about this. And for me, moving towards, I can see Uncle Wayno's asked if any plans to go full time, and actually there is. I sat down with my boss on Friday and said to him that once we get out of lockdown, because he pays for 9 days a week, and I have 1 day a week, 9 days a fortnight. I have 1 day a fortnight off with my son at the moment. So I'm going to book in to be 7 days a fortnight once we get out of lockdown. So just start the process, just small steps. He's cool with that. When I started with him a bit over 2 years ago, he knew my goal was to start my own business as a cafe restaurant. So this is just as feasible, and I'm flexible with my days because of my boys are little, that I can do any day wherever I need to travel. So like the other week I had to travel to Gunnedah in a day and back again. So that's an 8-hour drive there overnight, saw a customer, came back kind of thing. So we're pretty much on the road. It was great because you'll remember Diary of a Flipper, I sent you the photos of those Mighty Maxes. I picked them up out at near Gunnedah for $10 for a bag of about 200 pieces of Mighty Max. So there's some great things about traveling with this job that gives me flexibility. So I'm not chucking it away, but I do want to move into where I'm doing this role full time, especially once my wife goes back to work. And then next year she's planning to study to become a doctor. So I will be pretty full on with looking after 2 boys and a family.
No, that's awesome. And sort of like taking those sort of micro steps back and sort of like staggering that full time, I think is very smart. And it sounds like you're on the right path. And I've watched a few of the videos, and definitely, you see every week picking up new things and learning new things. So it's awesome to see. So, very interesting. Matt, what's dad life for you? What's your schedule look like? Obviously different to all wow, everyone has different schedules, but what's yours look like?
Yeah, so I have my son from Wednesday to Saturday, either morning or afternoon. And then I've found that in those times I really struggle to get stuff done. I have to try and get it done when he goes down to sleep of an afternoon, and that can be anywhere from half an hour to possibly 2 hours. It's just up in the air. So try and get stuff done, but that's also really hard. Like anything to do with packing eBay stuff, like I never realized how loud a tape gun was until I had a kid. You're like trying to like feed it off the reel and it's still too loud. And yeah, just little things like that you wouldn't, think of. But look, I've got it, like I've got it pretty good, really. I mean, to have sort of Saturday afternoon, Sunday, and then I've got my course Monday, Tuesday, barbering. It does give me a bit of time to try and play catch up before Wednesday comes back around, because I'm going to start cleaning, getting things ready for him, and going and getting him. So yeah, I am lucky in that regard. And it's very different to the other guys, who have to be, a dad every other minute, hour, day of the week. I know that feeling. Like I've been in that sort of in that situation too. And I used to work as a courier, so I'd get home at about 6:30, do dad stuff until the baby went down, and then there's not a lot of time to do things. So I feel for these guys that but you wouldn't have it any other way. But it's just something that you've got to try and figure out over time. And I've seen other resellers have kids, and if I've spoken to them, I've always said, just don't be too hard on yourself. Like, don't have go in with these huge expectations of like, all right, once it hits this, then I'm going to start. Like, nah, like you can't plan much at the start. So you just got to try and roll with it and stay sane, get sleep, and roll with the punches a bit. So, but anyway, that's my schedule, and it's a lot different to these guys. So I'm pretty lucky in that sense.
But you're right, because I was a month into reselling when we had our second, and so because I only started in February again this year, and to only be a month in and be trying to scale up, travel to the hospital, deal with babies, all that sort of stuff. Like it's a lot of work and a lot of effort. So it's not easy, and it's just part of the role.
Yeah, definitely. No, I can imagine that being super hard, especially with lockdowns and all the restrictions and rules, and you can't just rock into a hospital like I did, with my son. It's like you'd probably have to do a whole bunch of stuff, and pain. Yeah, I've heard of a lot of dads actually not being able to be there for the birth of their kids during these whole sort of lockdowns and the pandemic, which, I mean, it's upsetting for the dad, but geez, it's scary for the mum as well, because they want that support. They want their partner there, through the whole thing. It's a really scary thing for them to go through, having seen it myself firsthand. And I can't imagine either, for all those parents and then anyone who's just going into hospital at the moment. It's all solo and pretty scary times. But yeah, man, that's hard with a month in. Crazy.
Yeah, well, it's hectic. I obviously have no expertise to add to this situation because I don't have any kids, but I did have to clean up some cat spew this morning, so that's all I've got. That's all I've got.
Mate, it's about the same as a 6-month-old. Don't worry. There's not much else except picking them up and cleaning up the spew. That's about it.
It was a 2-person job, so me and Jazz were chipping away at it. But I saw a few more people drop in as well, so we'll say a quick g'day to them. We've got Kiss. I can't even say it. KIS Selling. Thanks for coming, Jason.
Keep it simple selling.
That sounds about right. Mum's in the house, so happy Father's Day to my dad. They're both in Melbourne at the moment with my sister, who's just had her 3rd child. So kind of hard for them because they're in lockdown. They can't actually go to the hospital, but that's life. But Mel, good to see you, Mel. Thanks for dropping in, and Wayne as well has dropped in to say g'day. So thanks everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. 38. I think we were up to 40 just before, so it's great to see everyone in the chat for Father's Day. Obviously, there's probably a few people spending time with their family if they can. Maybe some Zoom dinners might be going on tonight. So Yeah, it's great to see everyone here. But
There was a lot of FaceTiming from our house today.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting, isn't it? Like Christmas potentially coming up, and we don't really know what that's going to look like for a lot of Australia. We're super lucky here in South Australia at the moment, but it doesn't take much for something to kick off. So yeah, it's interesting times indeed, and that kind of adds to the stress of being a parent, I suppose. You probably had places to send the kids to before, and some of them probably aren't open now, and less places to go out. So all a challenge. So yeah, it's interesting. We'll get into sale of the week and talk a little bit about that, because we're almost 25 minutes in, so we're doing well. Let us know in the chat if anyone has any awesome sales to share. It's always good to hear what's been going on. I'm going to start with the easiest one once I work out how to actually get to it.
Whereabouts were you a courier?
So for DHL,
Okay.
So not far from Mount Waverley. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't recommend it to anyone.
My background, I actually spent a couple of years managing a Fastway region, and then went to head office and was a national manager for Fastway. So
even doing that, like I saw a bit of the back end, going through the office, and I'm like, oh man, even that's like full on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple of years ago, you two blokes were part of the blame. Look, Chad, these guys, the reason some of your parcels were late.
Oh, 100%.
Or broken.
Oh, can I just say, my depot won the franchise of the year. Thank you very much. We were top notch, and that's not just Fastway. That's Australian franchise of the year. We were top notch. Don't you worry about that.
I don't know what it was like there, but the banter at DHL, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. Look, I wasn't in the best headspace because I hated the job, but I did it anyway. And man, the guys, because they've been there for so long, some have been there for like 15, 20 years doing the job. The banter, like, example is they'd yell out, "Hey, I got this package for Johnny Romers. Anyone know Johnny?" The guy didn't even exist. It was just this fantasy guy they love to yell out all the time. And like, it just the weirdest, like, you got a whole belt full of blokes, like anywhere from like 20 up to like 60s, just talking footy. Like, it sounds fun, but yeah, some days when
it's
you
full
just,
on,
you got a headache or you're recovering from something, and you just like, everyone's just yelling and screaming at each other for like a good hour and a half. It's like, gets a little bit much, but yeah,
that would be pretty hectic, that's for sure.
Johnny Roman.
I imagine there was a few bend-overs called out as well, just to mix things up, and the old Amanda hug and kiss as well. There's a few.
Let's see big packages coming down. So if any of you guys send big boxes, you can guarantee that couriers are standing there going, "Please, not for me, not for me." You just couldn't, like, that's a lot of heavy lifting. So people would be giving everyone crap, going, "Oh, this one's coming for Q," but it was like someone else, and like. Yeah, so you can guarantee if you send anything big out that you're going to have a courier there. Just
who's not happy with you.
Yeah, it's not for him.
He's hating on you for sending that big parcel. Well, Brad's parcel wasn't too big this week. He kept it nice and small. But it's a big bang in the sale. So give us a bit of a rundown on this bad boy, Jada. You love it a bit of the font.
Yeah, so look, there's a bit of story behind this. I'm a bit salty this week. I cracked the shits a bit at Select Footy Cards. I've collected cards for probably 20 odd years, just bits and pieces, mostly Bulldogs, and every year the prices go up on the boxes, and we follow American trends, and as the NBA is pretty hard to get your hands on at times, AFL's becoming like that. Now, I know a lot of people have tried to get the recent Optimum set that went out, which they have put the price up to $300 a box, and they had two lots of them go out. I had done my pre-order in the first 20 seconds and didn't get a box. It sold out. So I thought I'll go again at the 6 o'clock time, and it happened again. It's sold out that quick. People have got bots on there. It's just like that hard to get the cards now. I know yourself, Brad, trying to get some missed out.
Yep.
And it's just kind of the way it's gone. I thought I collect that much shit. Like, as people know, they sell the crap that I have in my videos, and footy jumpers cost me a friggin' fortune because they're dearer than bloody cards. All that, and I thought it's time to get out of this shit. I've cracked it. I've officially cracked it. I've looked on eBay. I thought, well, Bont he's been the favourite to win it the past sort of until the last couple of weeks. He dropped off in the back end of the year. And what this is, it's a Brownlow predictor card. So if the player on the card wins the Brownlow, you send that card off to select and you get back a specialty card for the Brownlow. So generally the players that are more likely to win it, their cards are worth more. So I thought if Bont does win it, he's at his peak price now, which is the $350. There is the prestige version of this, which is a more limited card, and that was selling for around the $600 mark, but one was from the Footy Stars. So I thought the thing is, if he doesn't win the Brownlow medal in a couple of weeks' time, which it's going to be close, like there's every chance he probably won't, if he doesn't win it, it's an $80 card. And if I'm going to get out of these cards, I've lost money there. So I thought, good time to flick it off. He won the MVP for the year and the club captain of the year. I'm just sitting here plugging me footy team because I love them. And then I thought, look, it's peak time to do it. So I thought, bugger it. I put it up for 400 and someone sent me an offer of 350. It's out the door. See you, Bont. I'm sad to see you go, brother, but I'm out of cards. Thing is, if he wins the Brownlow, this goes up, another $300 the card's worth. But if he wins the Brownlow, I'm going to get a lot more money than that on sports bets. So it's time to go Bont Pelly. That come out of the personal stash, but yeah. And the funny story with this one, I actually got this card twice. So when Brad was doing some box breaks, I actually pulled this in a box break. So this card actually came from Brad on the House of Cards streams. And then I went and bought a box from my post office and pulled the same card. So this is the second time I've actually sold it. Last time I sold it for $80, and that was only a few months ago. Because that's what it was worth then. So it's crazy how they change around.
For sure. And nice to get that money back in on so you can buy another jersey, Brad. You've hooked me on the jerseys as well. I've gone a little bit hard this weekend, to be honest. But
hang on. Let's get this straight. I've been collecting these for years and years and years. Right? So I have a lot of them.
I don't know what happened.
I sent Brad a link to an auction. 24 hours ago?
Yeah.
Come on, Brad. What's the number? How many have you bought?
It's 20. Somewhere between 10 and 20. Let's just
that's a good start. That's good.
All
for average, personal use.
Average price per jumper. Are you prepared to spill the beans on that?
We won't talk about that.
Talking about jerseys, that Yotes jersey you found the other day was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I didn't even know what it like. I didn't know, and then I was
that's a throwback jersey too. That thing. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, damn it, because NHL is my jam. Like I've got up here all of my NHL pops, my hockey pucks. I've got a signed hat from the Hershey Bears, which is like the lower tier from the Washington Capitals. Like I'm through and through like ice hockey. So as soon as you pulled that up, I'm like, damn, son, that is a nice jersey.
I didn't really know what it was until I pulled it out. And even then, I don't follow NHL a lot.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just comped it, and I was like, wow, like this is like $140, $150. Like this is crazy. But
I found a kid's Buffalo Sabres jersey one time, and to find a kid's size of any jersey, like NHL jersey in Australia, is huge. So like that's personal collection for my boys when they're bigger, because that's same thing. They're just so good.
Yeah. All right, we'll get into the next sale. I've got to work out who's who here. Might try and pick up some from the chat as well as we go. Looks like I've got Bowden's here as well. I'll just pick up some from the chat before we get into
Go for it.
We don't miss too many of those. Jazz saying the Optimus set sold out in one refresh. Yeah, that was bloody crazy. No exciting sales. DVDs are doing well, but we managed to find a box of CDs on the curbside today that we grabbed. Got to get anything we can. 100%. World of Warcraft PlayStation 1 game, $1 from tip into 40. Got to be happy with that one. Cara found a $50 Harley jacket that she flipped for $250. Got to be happy with that one as well. I think that's all we've got up to at the moment. Jazz is saying I don't do anything by halves. That's kind of correct. I will say that I said, look, I'm spending a lot of money on jerseys this weekend, and she said, okay. So, I mean, that's a green light. That's a green light. That's a green light.
Yeah.
What do we got here, Bowden? What do we got?
Cool. This is just a lovely bread and butter item. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. This thing cost me $3.40. It was a good garage sale. It was actually, I think I even sent the video to Brad the other week when he was after some videos of our favorite videos. And this was essentially in a bulk purchase, one of my best bulk purchases from a garage sale. I walked up, had my little man with me. We walked around the garage sale and everything was absolutely rubbish, like just nothing worthwhile. They had like a dollar table that was just, like plastic party cups and stuff like that, just nothing worthwhile. And then I got out the front and there was just this rack of all size 16 women's Ringers Western, Polo Ralph Lauren, Wrangler, all either in like perfect condition or new with tags. So wow. Super happy with this. This is one of the last ones. I think I've actually got one more, but this is one of the last ones I've got. I've probably, from a $50 spend, because that's how much I ended up spending, $50. I've probably gotten close to about $1,000 worth of sales because of like Wrangler. I mean, we all know Wrangler's top notch, and you put like brand new with tags Wrangler, you put limited edition like Aussie print. Ringers Western, throw all of that in there, and we've had a really, really good outcome with these. And it's just a great thing to show that it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It's sometimes just the bread and butter, and that's what we sometimes forget. You go hard for the big, I want the big flips, I want the big stuff, and sometimes 10, 15, 20, $10 profit items, mate. Take them every day because they're nice and quick to deal with sometimes.
Especially when you're picking them up like that. I do want to ask a question though. Did some version of Brad buy this? Because the Bradder, which Judder, Brad, I mean, there's some fishy
could
going
be.
on. Some
could be.
I think Brad might have bought that for his Ellie character coming up. It could have been for that.
That's too.
What are you talking about? Ellie character? Isn't that his family member, Ellie?
I don't know. Something pops up on the channel here now. I'm not really sure what's going on. Let's get over to Maddie and see what.
By the way, that cactus print, man. Jazz just pointed that out. I like that in the title. That's awesome.
Yes, and I've found that with a lot of prints. I mean, I know that like Two Aussie Thrifters, your stuff, you guys have been talking with Thrift Pixie about some of the different prints and that you guys grab. And 100%, if you've got something that's just a little bit standoutish, like one of them I had was like a red, white, and blue Aussie print that had like little Aussie flags and cows and stuff on them that just went down in a stripe. It was super weird, but it was a limited edition special print. It was called, I think it was a Ringers Western Jackaroo shirt, and it went for like $100 because it was special edition, limited run, like all this sort of stuff. And if you can get something like that, that's what people are looking for. Sometimes you just got to throw that keyword in, and it just catches people.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
That's awesome advice. We'll get over to Matty now. I can't actually bring them both up at the same time, Matt, so you're going to have to do a bit of a juggle here.
Mine's bloody boring compared to the other two. You left the worst till last.
No, bread and butter, Matt. Bread and butter. It's good.
I was just excited because I had one. I don't get a lot of these. You guys might, but I had one person buy 3 DVDs in one hit.
I'll try and get the other one up.
And to get, I think I got those DVDs for maybe close to $1 or something. So to sell the 3, I think I ended up with like around $50 profit or something after postage.
Beautiful.
Haven't really worked out the details, but I was just really happy with that, and felt good to just shove them all in one bloody parcel for once and not have to do like individual little letters or track letters. So I'm really, mate, like I'm over the DVDs and Blu-rays. Like I'm going to keep listing them every week, but my life feels like Groundhog Day at the moment with these DVDs. I tell you, just the same listing, doing the same thing every day. Just with a bit of cheaper by the dozen thrown in every now and then. So, yeah, look, happy with that. Really happy. I actually had the Nintendo 64 box sell, Brad, after you asked me to send this. So I was tempted to send that in, but it didn't sell for as much as I'd like, and yeah, that took a while. So I was a bit off the mark on that one, but yeah, Blu-rays and DVDs, man, sell every week.
Yep.
Bit of bread and butter.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah, for sure. Uncle Wayno's saying, gotta love the garage sales where they have 10 crappy things they pulled out of the kitchen cupboard and that's it.
Man, the garage sales where you walk in, everything's got a price tag and it's about 20-30% higher than retail. I just walk in, take a quick walk around and then hightail out of there. I don't understand that.
I mean,
don't know how they
I love the old guys that have the tools that clearly are still in their packet from 30 odd years ago, and they've got like $60 on it. It's like, I'm sorry, like this is a hammer that you're trying to sell for $60 that clearly was like made in Japan, in China. That's just rubbish. It's like, they love trying to do it.
You get that, and then you get the other extreme. I've been to places, and they'll have these beautiful old tools, like, you know, that 40, 50-year-old, and they're like, $10 for like, and you're like, bloody hell, man, these are worth a fortune, you know? But yeah, I
how
get
many
that.
ones?
I see that at markets where it's just these crappy, like, China-made tools, and they want a fortune.
Yeah. I can see that. Thrifty Pixie's having a couple of wines there with me.
Look, you just never know with Cara. She probably hasn't had any.
I'm just curious to know, Cara, what sort of DVDs have you been watching?
DVD make me.
Apparently, they make we won't say what
Mikhail has it great. He's at home of a Saturday night. All you got to do, whack on a movie.
Well,
I'm winning.
Apparently, apparently Ellie DVDs do it. I said nothing. Just quickly, Street Shark Jazzy picked up. I don't even know.
Killer
times 149 plus post because it went overseas. So. Paid $1, so definitely happy with that one. And thanks to Flipper for giving me the names on the bastards because I don't remember what they're called. So thank you very much. Street Sharks Power Arm Ripster 1996. Apparently that one is. Happy with that. I don't think there's any more sales in the chat to pick up, but if any, I have missed one. Sorry. Newcastle Yowies T-shirt $2 into 30. Does that mean like the chocolate Yowies, or is that like a team or something? Surely that's a team.
Sick mascot for a team. The Yowies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that I missed on those Street Sharks. Yeah. So Daniel lives like pretty close there apparently, and he reckons he was there the day before. So they must have put him out like after he left or something. But crazy.
It just shows right time, you know.
That's all it is.
You're always like, if you went to the same place every day for a week, twice a day, you're probably going to pick stuff up every time you go in there. You know,
I know Tim from Osborne to Thrift does that. Tim from Osborne to Thrift goes twice a day to the same one, morning and afternoon.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
I think I was actually thinking of like trying to do that with savers, but then I was like, surely they'll like get annoyed with us coming in 2 times a day.
You've got to stalk that basket too. When the lady comes out, I've stalked the hell out of the basket.
Some of the bangers that we pulled off of the rack as they're like literally dragging out. Like we go to Savers on Fridays now because that's when they restock, and like literally they're bringing stuff out, and we're like pulling brand new tag stuff off the rack before it even hits the floor. Jazzy spotted a moleskin RM Williams like shirt, so really thick cotton shirt. As she was putting it on the rack, she's like, "Brad, over there," and like she put it on. She walked away. I picked it up. $16. We sold it for $69.95 the day after. I was just like, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
man.
Wayne sold 3 new Little Britain 3 into 60. I'll
see you, Chris.
Wow.
Chris is off, is he? I missed that.
Yeah.
Great chat, fellas. Enjoy your evening. I'm off. Appreciate you all and the banter. Great stuff. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you being here. Jazzy almost peed herself when she found the street sharks. That was.
I would have done something else if I was in the store, but this is PG, so we're not even going to mention it.
Well, Cara mentioned it before, didn't she?
Yeah. Literally, it's that right time, right place, and trying to figure out the store schedules, and all of them are different as well. That's a crazy thing. Like, it's almost impossible. I picked out a brand new with tags vintage Sydney Olympics shirt a couple of months ago out of the tray that was being sorted at the time at my local Vinnies, because they literally just like load it where some of the racks are. Like they unload stuff. So I was like, I saw that. I was like, how much for this? And they went $5. I went, fantastic. Sold it for $90. Wow.
That's
over to New York. Guy lived just on Central Park, so pretty happy with that. It ended up he spent $150 with postage, etc.
Wow. So, those overseas sales, they pay off sometimes, don't they? Because the thing is, people can't get stuff like even games that we get in Australia, like AFL, for example, they don't get in America. So if you put international postage on it, you actually get more than you would in Australia because they can't get it. Like, didn't get released there. So stuff like that I sold a game to Kazakhstan. Oh, wow. I don't think we've sent something to Kazakhstan. Wow. Was it Borat? What was the game? I can't remember now. I'd have to go back and look through my sales, but I was shocked when it came up. I'm like, Kazakhstan. All right. Beautiful. I'll take it. Send it. Yeah. Mum's got to go. Thank you for dropping in, Mum. Good to see you. Hope lockdown is treating you okay there. Bye, Mum. She's you know, when Mum's here, it's going to be a good chat. So thanks for dropping in. Let's get into dog shit because it is getting to that time of the episode. So we like to find out what has been dog shit for everyone this week. Now, Bowden, being your first time, it doesn't have to be this week. You can think back into the. No, I've got a big dog shitter for this week, which is good. So. About a month ago, I got stung with a Vero, my first Vero, for some HP ink, and I corrected them, 2 of them, but my brain forgot that there was a third one on my account. And so last Sunday, I got stung with a second Vero, which wasn't just a slap on the wrist, it was a 3-day suspension. And I think I'd been stung. I don't know if anyone else found, but I took up I think it was a 20% off your final listing value fee or something. As soon as I accepted that through eBay, I just had my sales dry up. So I went from about $1,000 a week to about 400, 300, 400 a week over the last 2 weeks. So I don't know what happened. If it was the Vero came into play beforehand, I was already getting knocked back and eBay was trying to suggest I needed to do something. But yeah, I came back on Wednesday and just slowly just trying to get listings up and just trying to rebuild that momentum. So a bit of a shitter. Thankfully, I was selling some cards on eBay, which meant that I stayed at around the 500, 550 level where I'd been a bit over $1,000 a week. But yeah, guys, just keep an eye out on that international stuff because I do all my stuff international, but HP branded inks cannot go into Europe. So fair warning, but I changed one of them and sold it into the US the very next day. And I was like, great, I'm all good. Everything's going fine. And then last Sunday, stung on the knuckles, got the rap from Uncle eBay. I've had that exact thing before where HP Ink's been banned from England, UK. So if you've got international on, be careful. Don't just smash it on everything because there's other ones as well, like some medications and stuff. Not that many of us send medications, but even some like hand creams and stuff can't go into other places. So be careful. Be careful. Brad, do you have a dog shit for us this week? You narrowly avoided one last night in the footy, but any eBay one?
No, I'm pretty dog shit free, mate. Really, not eBay anyway. There's what I got. YouTube is a little bit dog shit. You know, I got mucked around. Don't do videos on fake fannies. Put it that way.
YouTube don't like that. I don't know.
No, it actually gave my channel a bit of a punch in the dick. Straight up, like I got restricted to adults, so you had to have an account and all that. But it just seemed to, as soon as I did that, the whole channel just like fell off a cliff. So I dropped a video this week, same time, and it was just like no one watching for hours, and it's still like it's been my worst video. Whether it was just the content in general, I don't know, but it's been like literally my worst video in 12 months. So it kind of felt like it was a bit of an algorithm slap after doing the funny one. So, which it's not a big issue. I mean, if people want to watch it, they're going to come and find it, aren't they? The regulars. So, other than that, look, I got a baby hair this week. Bit of a baby hair.
Baby
a
hair.
bit of an update on it.
Ooh.
A baby hair. A previous dog shit update, because I haven't done a video that I said I was going to do, and that was on the auction lot that I got from Lloyd's. So for anyone that isn't aware of that, I did a few. I do a lot of different auction lots. I'm always looking to buy online. I rather that than op shops personally, and auctions is sort of something I've experimented a lot with this year. And anyway, I had some bad video game consoles come through. So basically what it was, I got heaps of like retro video games and shit. One of them, they didn't even disclose. The whole actual cartridge was just split in half. But it was in the box and they didn't actually show that. So I complained about that. It's a separate lot. They refunded me on that. But then the next lot was I spent a few $100s on just video game consoles, and it just said it had the cords and all that sort of shit. And anyway, I've opened it up. We had two PlayStation 1s. One of them, the door didn't shut. They were both just that full of dust. I'm pretty sure they're not going to work. There was not the PSP, what's the other one? The PS Vita.
PS Vita.
One of those. And that was the main reason I kind of was bidding on this, because they go, you get a couple of $100. There was a PS3 and then cords and controllers. One of the controllers didn't even have buttons. They didn't show that in the photo. All the cords that come with it were for a Wii, an Xbox 360, and something I couldn't even work out what it was for. So there was no cords for any of the consoles they'd sent me. So I understand that they can't test these things and all that, and I said that to them. But anyway, I bought a cord. Like this PS Vita had a crack in the screen too. You couldn't see that. They can clearly see that, and they can disclose that in their description, but they didn't. So I was sort of fuming at that. I ended up buying a charger for it because it didn't have one. Tested it out. It didn't work. The PlayStations didn't work. And the PS3 actually had cords and shit hanging, like a wire hanging out of it and shit. So none of it worked. Like a few $100 on all this crap that they didn't disclose. And anyway, they ignored me for a bit. So I put in, I requested the refunds. The video game, because I kept the rest of the video games I got, they were fine. This particular one that had the split, they only refunded me for that, but not all the consoles. So I've come back at them, asked them about it. They ignored me. And I had to actually put in another claim and then another complaint. So I eventually did get my money back. Friday, I got all my money back, and I've still got the stuff. So I'm going to chuck them up as dodgy consoles because, Brad, you've told me they sell. So I'll put them up as auction, start them at $1 and piss them off because I paid nothing for them. So, or if anyone knows how to fix that shit, let me know. But yeah, a bit of a baby hair though, in a sense. It was stuff around, like, I had to stuff around, but, I got the money back and I didn't think I was going to. And I kind of did drop the sort of, I was going to do a bit of a review on YouTube. And I don't know if that got me over the line or what, but anyway.
Yeah, crazy. Matty, what about you, mate? Do you have any dog shit for us?
No, nothing too bad. Just people stuffing me around a bit, messaging me on eBay. Just asking me about something. I think I showed you guys in the chat. There was just like a little NECA Iron Man bobblehead thing. It was $11.95 free post. Guy was asking me all these questions, which I answered, and then the last one he said, "Well, can I have a discount?" And I just ended the listing because I'm like, this thing's not worth the time or the money. Yeah. And then I had another guy, which I chucked up on Instagram stories, which was in capitals telling me to reduce the price of my item. All in capitals. So he was screaming it at me over the screen. But in fairness, like, so I got those 2 stuff rounds, which is nothing bad. But I also got 2 messages off buyers that were really, really like went above and beyond, like to message me back and give me feedback to say, look, you've wrapped this really well, or really, really happy with this purchase. I had one today, and a lady said, "Thank you for posting it out so fast. God bless you," and all this sort of stuff. So, like,
awesome.
in amongst the couple of crappier ones, you always get the really good people out there that remind you that things are still good. So yeah, I can't complain, man. Mainly baby hairs, as we put it here.
Maybe
So
baby.
no real dog poos apart from the ones that I step in outside from now.
Gotta watch those landmines.
There's 3 dogs, so you could imagine it's a fair bit of crap
dancing around. Cara had a lady who wanted to return a $35 top, said it was stretched, definitely wasn't. Opened a not as described return. Sales fell for cliff. Cara did a bit of investigation, and apparently this person lives in a $1.7 million house. So they can probably afford their $35 item, moreover, I'd say.
I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but I've a few times looked up like the address and where people are, and like it scares me when you look one up and it's just a vacant plot of land. And you're like, where am I sending this thing to? What's going on?
Street View's a couple decades behind there sometimes.
Yeah.
Nice messages make it all better. One little dog tip for us, which we actually talk about on Tuesday's video, I think. We sold a Sanyo Discman. It was like brand new condition, like it was all wrapped up still in the plastic. So we didn't test it because we're like, it's brand new, like there's no reason to test it. We sent it, it didn't work. So we had to cop a return on that one. What do we got here? We got some Technics. Hold on, we got a live show here.
Exactly what you said. Look at this.
Oof. Oh wow. Yeah.
All original plastic and has been tested. This thing was gold. Anti-shock.
Technique, man.
Has the original headphones, the lot.
That's a good thing, and a much smarter man than me. He actually tested it. So we copped a refund on that one. I didn't get him to send it back because it would have cost me more money to get it back than it was worth. And I was just like, just keep it, do what you want with it, donate it. I don't know, I don't care. But yeah, bit of a dog shit for us, but my fault for not testing it. So you cop them on the chin and move on. But we talked a little bit more about that in Tuesday's video. So yeah, we'll do a quick wrap because we're almost at an hour. So I want to hear from you boys what's coming up on the channel. We'll go with Flipper first, but then we'll go to Down to Bowden and hear about a little bit more about his channel, obviously being the guest. But Brad, give us a rundown of what's coming up for you this week.
I haven't really planned too much. I've got a few videos that I want to shoot that are going up around in here, and when I start thinking too hard, then some fucking weird shit comes out. So I thought I might put it to Instagram this week to choose what video they want. I'm thinking about doing like another kind of top 10 brands, sort of push more on, because I know I've been doing a lot of toy stuff lately. I might go back to the clothing aspect and do a brand sort of one. Or maybe a video on why you should not be a reseller. So many people make videos of why you should. I thought maybe I'll try and talk a few people out of it before they get balls deep into it and go tits up, because it isn't for everyone. We know that much. A lot of people jump in on reselling. I've got mates that have tried it because they talk to me and shit, and they've just hated it within the space of a few weeks. So I thought about maybe trying to push people away from it. All the bullshit that goes on with reselling, because a lot of people think it's a get-rich-quick scam, and it's not. There's a lot of hard work and years of knowledge and research and effort that goes into it. So I thought I might focus on that a bit, but there might be a few returning characters to help me get it over the line, and a few little skits and shit, just a bit of fun.
Get that lippy out again.
I like the characters. That's good. It's not just characters. Let's get a whole bevy of them. Let's see an Eddie Murphy kind of movie coming up.
You might have to talk to Uncle Wayno and do some creative editing and get like yourself and Al all in the same room.
I might have to play Wayno to do me edits, maybe.
I I'm voting for Kara's ideas. So do a top 10 sex toys for your next one.
Top 10 sex toys. I might get that from another channel.
He's already destroyed his channel with his last one.
Keep at it.
keep flogging the horse. All right. Well, Bowden, obviously, Falls Creek Flips. Link is in the description for all those that haven't managed to find you yet. But give us a quick rundown of what you sort of like to put out on the channel for those that haven't, and what's coming up.
Yeah, so as I'm part-time and not able to do it as much as I'd like, my videos stay pretty easy and stay pretty similar. So Sundays I give out a What Sold Sunday, where I just run through kind of my recent sales and I put out what I've purchased them for. I meant to last week, but I forgot to put on what ended up being profit on those items. And then I'm trying to do a video midweek as well. So I do have some card breaks. I just like cards. I like sport. I wasn't sure where we were going to get with chats today. So I pulled out some of my PC here just in case we wanted to have a chat about cards, but they've stayed to the side. Some people have seen some of my consignment videos. So I'm going to have a new one coming up soon. I had a mate of mine who his son passed away. So his son passed away due to just prescription medicine being a conflict within his body. That it wasn't a suicide or anything. It was just his prescription medicine that he was on reacted badly to him after a period of time, and he passed away. But he's now entrusted me with selling all of his son's stuff that's left over, and I'm then giving the money on the majority back to them, and they're going to use it within the family for a purpose. So just stuff. I'm going over to his place every now and again and finding stuff. So I'm going to go through things like this. This was in a box, just doing absolutely nothing. And I saw it and lost my mind. Yes, Wayno, cards did rock up, mate. Thank you very much. I bought some cards off Uncle Wayno.
Good man, Wayne.
The other day, so they're already in my PC, etc. But yeah, he had this in a box. Thought it was absolutely nothing, and I saw it straight away and got very excited and said, mate, that's straight up something that is valuable. So this in working condition goes for about $400. So it's an original 1989 Zelda Nintendo multi-screen, and it is 100% working. So let me get that there. You can see it going there. So super happy with that, and got heaps of other stuff from him as well. So just looking after him, really close friend, and he's entrusted me with that. He's helping me out with some other things. So I'm going to do some videos on that over the next little while. Just consignment, supporting people, and how, like Brad said, this isn't solely a get quick rich quick scheme. This is about a lifestyle, and part of that lifestyle isn't just my lifestyle, but some of my friends' lifestyles as well. So
yeah. No, that's awesome. So make sure you head over to the channel. Octopus just inked himself. I got a bit starry-eyed then as well when you pulled that on the screen. But yeah, make sure you head over to the channel Falls Creek Flips. Link is in.
Thanks, Rack Raiders.
That is lovely. Yeah, awesome job.
And watch the videos, as I always say. Don't just go over and sub because we told you to. We get people on here for a reason, because they put out good content. So us as Aussies need to get together and actually watch these videos, because Bowden's doing some great stuff over there. I've enjoyed watching it, and it's just great to see these new faces. And it's also, he's another channel. I think he's running par with Robbie for the beard there. I think Robbie would be a bit jealous there. That it's rivals in. Wayno's another one. There's a few good beats getting around in the community. So just get over there and have a look at the beard.
For sure. Maddie, what about yourself, mate? Obviously, you're trying to be pretty consistent with the channel and putting videos out. So what's coming up for you? Obviously, link is in the description again, so make sure you head over if you haven't.
Yeah, still struggling for ideas. I feel like I'm a pretty creative person that's going through a bit of a lull at the moment. Yeah. But I'm just sort of keeping the show similar with, what's sold, what I've been doing, few funny things I've been finding around, and maybe something that's happened to me and an experience that might help someone else with their reselling journey. Yeah. But when something does pop up that I think is really worth doing for my channel, I'll make something completely different. But at the moment, I'm just sort of sticking to that template, and probably not doing the whole trailer style what sold this week, because that almost blew my phone up. I actually had it sitting, believe it or not, I had my phone sitting on an ice pack out of the freezer because it was that hot.
Wow.
Trying to process and edit these bloody trailers. It felt like it was going to explode. So it's not probably not really worth it to be doing that and trying to do.
No, it's not worth it for it at all, is it?
Nah, not really. I mean, I enjoy watching trailers and stuff. Brings back memories of the movies and sort of tweaks that part of your brain. But yeah, I'm just going to keep it simple and just go. I mean, I enjoy watching what solds and just what people are up to. So I thought I'd just do, not original. It's sort of going with the flow, but I'll try and pump out one a week, doing that sort of template. Yeah. So
I did like the little part where you go and find weird things like the ET.
Yeah, loving it.
I've got Flipper Brad to thank for that because I didn't read the description and he said, "Oh mate, it's actually for a charity." Because I thought it was because I saw two. There was actually two on there. Well, I think one was just selling, but one was trying to see how much money you could get to donate towards the children's hospital.
Yeah,
which I thought it's a really cool idea. So that's why I had to call myself out on the shit list for that one.
No, that's it was still a good listing. It made sense.
I encourage anyone to, like, you know where my Instagram is. If you find anything, I'm really keen to see what other people find. Even if it's like something that a wish list or wish is suggested, because I get some crazy ones for that too. I could almost do a whole segment on that.
Could you imagine Brad's wish list? It'll just
yeah, honestly, you don't have to get too weird to get strange bloody suggestions. I looked up a wrestler and I started getting all these like fetish masks and like
wrestler,
crazy, crazy stuff.
Sure. Is that what you call it these days?
Yeah, mate.
No, beautiful. Make sure you head over to Maddie's channel as well. Obviously, all the boys are putting out great content. It's great to see so many new faces in the community, and the more people that come around and support each other, the more we all learn. So make sure you head over to these guys, check them out. Make sure you check out Bowden's channel. Great to have you on tonight, mate. Really appreciate you joining us and everyone in the chat joining us as well. We'll let you guys know what we're doing for Worldwide Reselling. We're kind of playing it by ear at the moment and enjoying, taking a week off here and there. But when we do come on, we really enjoy it. So thanks, everyone. And we will see you same place, same time on the Wide World of Reselling with probably some new faces. Who knows? Thanks for joining us.